resume to be shortlisted. Now, this was a major hurdle for me because there were two barriers. One is I was from a tier 3 college, second, that from a non CS background, and I was applying to the role of an SWE internship. Well versed with everything and be transparent with what you have in your CV, because Cisco focuses on your CV a lot. They see that what you have worked on specific, and a few questions were based upon the protocols in networking as well,
Suresh, and
which they
I'm back
asked me
again with
during the
one another internship story. So this story is going to be really like a kind of special story of a boy who is a tier three. He was from a tier three college, and he's not a CS branch student. He is from ENTC. So how he was able to manage everything, how he was able to clear the technical rounds, what was being asked in the process. So we'll talk about each and everything, like a journey of a tier three boy who is not from CS background and how he's able to get an internship at a very good product based company. So in this video I have with me Vedant. So he is from a tier 3 college, that is VIT Pune, and he has grabbed an internship opportunity at Cisco. So regarding Cisco, I have already made one video where I've discussed the complete process of Cisco, what Cisco asks and what are some of the important things regarding the Cisco. But yeah, you can also watch that. But before, like in today's video, we had an amazing conversation with Vedant where he talked about what were his preparation strategies, like how he got the mail, it was an off-campus opportunity for him, and like how to grab off-campus opportunities of internship at such great companies. So we have talked a lot and like it was really amazing conversation. I hope you all will like it. So there's a small message for you from Unacademy. So if you want to learn software development or system design or full stack development, so Unacademy has come up with all its courses and live classes. There are certain free live classes on the Unacademy platform as well. Here you also have free access to live classes every day, which are the things which are very important for preparing for product-based companies. So as a subscriber, you get a lot of things. First of all, top-class educators are teaching on this platform related to competitive programming, and they're very good. They're working in very good product-based companies. Apart from that, the doubt resolving system is also amazing. After every 3 classes, the doubts are resolved, and simultaneously the doubts are resolved on the Discord server of Unacademy. Most importantly, a structured learning path with course plan to help you learn and upskill yourself in a better way. So that is something that is more important. So I'll give all the relevant links to all the batches that are going on right now and all the free classes also that are going on live now. So do check it out in the description below. Use my code ARSHG to get 10% off on all the subscription, or if you want to unlock any free live class, you can use the code ARSHG. So this will help you gain free access to all the classes. So now let's move on to the video. Thank you so much, Vedant, for accepting the invitation. So hi everyone, this is Arsh Goel. So today I have with me Vedant. He is a third year undergraduate at VIT Pune, and he has recently got an internship opportunity from Cisco, that is an off-campus opportunity, and he's from a non-CS background. So in this video, we're going to discuss with him about his particular experience and like how has been his journey to grab this particular internship. Before starting with today's video, let's have Vedant talk about himself.
Yeah, thanks Arsh for having me on your channel. Okay, so as Arsh has rightly introduced me, I am a third year undergraduate student currently pursuing BTech in ENTC from VIT Pune. I hail from Pune, and I applied to Cisco in the month of April, and now I'm a technical undergraduate intern upcoming, and my internship would be beginning from 15th of June.
Great. Yeah. So, like, just coming upon to your particular college life, if we say, so how is the college life and college culture at VIT Pune, and like, how has been the coding culture there?
Yeah, so VIT Pune is the pinnacle of having a fun college life and vibrant college culture. We have various college events such as non-technical as well as technical. So we have lots of fairs, and from technical perspective, we have our own college DSC club. We also have our Microsoft Student Learning Club. And there are other clubs as well. So there is a plethora of opportunities at our college, and students actually fall short of time to explore all the opportunities. So I was a part of the cultural club. I have been an event singer, so I have been a part of the cultural club, and I was and yeah, so that's how VIT actually is a big promoter of technology as well as overall development of students, and that helped me a long way in my career till now.
Okay. So you talked about being a part of certain communities like clubs. Like I have also been a part of DSC. I was the DSC lead for my college. So do you feel these communities help us in some way when you talk about our careers in future or something?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a very strong knit connection with our seniors, and these seniors are placed at at very big companies, very big fintech product companies as well. So we do get a lot of guidance from our seniors via these clubs. It's actually a platform to connect with them directly, ask our technical doubts to them. And on the other hand, we also have a good platform, to discuss issues that are common with all the people. So we get to know that what we need to work on. It's basically a peer to peer based learning. And with the help of different events that these clubs conduct in our college, we also get a good platform to learn from experts as well as other alumni who have been into this field for a very long time, who come to the college specifically to conduct orientation sessions on the same. And that helps you in order to get to know what you need to do, where the industry is heading towards, and how you need to progress yourself.
That's super amazing to know, Vedant. Like these communities are also helping people to get into certain technical fields. Like it is generally how the presentation also matters in an interview, right? So these
Right.
going to these clubs, organizing events, like speaking to a lot of people, it helps build those like soft skills, I would say, right? So
Right.
coming upon to the process of Cisco, so like as we have already mentioned that it was an off-campus opportunity. So I would like to know like how did you got to know about this opportunity and when did you apply and like what was the procedure, like whether it was a career site or something?
Okay. So right from the second year, I've been exploring good internship opportunities, for that could have helped me pave a good path for my career. And Cisco was one of the key companies that I was considering in my application. The sole reason being that I come from an ENTC background where I have some aspects of networking in my syllabus as well. So I was quite familiar that Cisco is an excellent product based company. Now coming to the process of application, so Cisco has its own jobs and careers website, as you rightly mentioned. So I had subscribed to their website to get updates about the open internship opportunities that could come along. But since I was a student of batch 2022, so I used to many of the opportunities got filtered out because the priority was for 2021. And suddenly one day in say March end, an opportunity popped up specifically for 2022 pass outs. And I actually grabbed this opportunity by immediately applying to their careers website. And then it was followed by nearly five technical rounds, that is five interview rounds. And at the end, I received my letter of intent and offer letter in the last month, that is in May itself. And now I'll be joining from 15 June. It will be a virtual internship.
Okay, so like as we all know that Cisco is a networking company, I recently made one video covering each and everything about Cisco, like what type of interview questions are being asked, like how important is networking from Cisco's point of view. So we'd like to know more
Right.
about the rounds that followed after your application process and like what were some of the important things in those particular rounds so that our audience can get to know like how can they prepare for Cisco.
Yeah, sure. So basically, after applying to their careers website, you get an email notification that you have applied. Now you wait for your resume to be shortlisted. Now this was a major hurdle for me because there were two barriers. One is I was from a tier three college. Second, that from a non CS background, and I was applying to the role of an SWA internship. So I had aligned my CV in such a way that it matched with the job description of Cisco, the role that was posted on their career website. And I was fortunate enough that my CV got shortlisted for the technical round. Now my first technical round was on Hacker Earth. The It consisted of two coding questions, a 90-minute round, and it had 55 aptitude questions and a few questions based on core electronics as well. I've also seen interview experiences where people from CS background too have a few questions on electronic background, so be well prepared with that. And followed by this technical round. After this technical round was over, I got my invitation for the first in person to person technical round in about a week or a week and a half after this entire process was done. This technical round was quite different from all the other product or tech companies that we see. The interview, they asked me basic questions about DSA, about a few questions about networking, and then they turned to my CV and asked me questions about my latest projects, my capstone projects that I'd done, which I'd mentioned on the CV. And followed by that, I had one HR round where my recruiter, basically asked me about whether I'm okay to relocate during these circumstances. What would be my future aspirations, why Cisco, which are basically the questions that are asked in HR round. And this was followed by a 2 week waiting period where the entire process was being gauged through. And finally, I received my letter of intent. Now Cisco does a very heavy background verification as well. That is, once you submit all your documents, Cisco has their own personal document space. So you have to submit all the government identity proofs, etc. And after that, it takes around a week or so to get for them to get back to you with the offer letter. So I received my offer letter on 6th of May, and I will be doing the summer internship at Cisco from my home itself. So it was all mentioned in the offer letter, and it was indeed a great day that day.
Yeah. So that was amazing, like the complete process that you explained. So when you talk about some of the important, like any particular topics that you feel were the most important from Cisco's point of view, or like what should a person focus upon when preparing, particularly for Cisco? Like for example, Cisco is coming to the campus, or he's appearing for interview. So what should be kept in his, like he should keep in his mind?
Okay, so one important tip that I would like to give is that don't miss out on anything, because Cisco is a company that is neither purely into networking nor is it purely into technical. So it's a big product based company, and with product based companies, what happens is they check your overall knowledge. So if you are feeling that you would just have a in depth technical knowledge and you could neglect your DSA, that won't work in Cisco. So for my sole tip for this would be well versed with everything and be transparent with what you have in your CV, because Cisco focuses on your CV a lot. They see that what you have worked on. Now, for the technical round, let me be very specific. I had questions about the Euler totient function. I had questions about a few questions about trees and binary trees. I had one question on graph, and a few questions were based upon the protocols in networking as well, which they asked me during the face-to-face technical round. But the important aspect was that how is Cisco actually, using these protocols or the technologies that I'm aware of? Are we aware about in which Cisco technologies are these protocols being used? So that's a very good factor actually that Cisco takes into consideration. It actually, gives you a sense of belonging even before joining, since you are very well versed with the technologies. And in terms of other knowledges, I personally did not have a good hands-on experience on DBMS, so I hadn't mentioned it anywhere in my CV. But I had a fair amount of experience in DSA, some amount of experience in networking as well, and I tried to sharpen up the skills that I already had instead of going on for new skills. So that helped me a lot during the interviews.
Okay, perfect. So one important part of the interview process is the resume, as you already mentioned. So getting the resume shortlisted is one of the major hurdles that everybody faces. So what was there in
Right.
your particular resume, and like some of the tips that you would like to give to somebody who is going to apply for such product-based companies, or like some of the resume tips?
Right. So basically, one thing that you need to keep in mind is to keep your resume simple, non-verbose, and yet as effective. I have always been, telling my peers as well. You should always quantize your work, or you should always put numbers in your resume that actually highlight the work that you have done. And that actually helped me a lot. During the process of actually starting to design my own CV, I went through several websites that are actually, the best for designing your CVs. But in the end, I found that you can't find the right spot where you feel that this is the excellent CV that I can display to all the companies. So I ended up building my own resume builder, and I actually used my own resume builder website to design my own CV. So I've been sharing that site with everyone so that but it actually includes how you can modernify your resume or modernize it, and you can also keep it simple at the same time. In terms of how long your CV can be, there's no such hard and fast rule. I had my CV limited to 2 pages with 4 projects and my key internship experiences in the past. I had also highlighted my technical skills, but I made sure to highlight them with under different titles so that it becomes easier for the recruiters to see what technical skill what is the title of the technical skill and what all I have mastery over. And apart from that, I've also not forgotten to mention my extracurricular activities, because they see you as an all-rounder employee rather than just an employee who could contribute to the overall growth of the company. So that becomes a very important aspect. So yeah, keep in mind that you mention everything and be very transparent. Don't hide anything, because what happens is, if there is something which is called as the click factor or the wow factor that might impress the recruiter. So try and include all your important projects. The second most important tip that I can give is, don't use the same CV for all the companies. Try and edit out your CV as much as possible and match it with the job description. That's what the job description is for. So, say I had a few projects in AI and deep learning that I had done right from first year, but I couldn't use them for my Cisco, resume, because this company does not deal with AI or ML. It basically is into networking. So you should highlight your projects that are relevant to the company's domain, and that might help you as your first step to get your CV shortlisted.
Great,
Yeah,
great, great. Even you mentioned about the resume builder that you build, I'll get in touch with you and I'll provide the link in the description if that's possible. Next, coming
yeah,
upon
sure.
to the final advice for the students, that like final piece of advice from your side to somebody who is aiming at cracking Cisco, or who has applied for the internship or a full-time role at Cisco. So what would you like to say them?
Yeah. So even before thinking of applying to any company, you should first know what the company profile is, what the company is into, and then take the decision to apply. Most of the times, what happens is, we are all behind FANG companies, we are all behind big product or fintech companies such as big banks, etc. But what happens is, we don't know what that company is actually doing. We know it's a fintech company, we know it's a product based company, but what are the products? What technologies are being used? So that's the biggest aspect that you need to take into consideration before applying. Then comes the part of modeling your CV, which are the two non-technical preparations that you need to do for applying to any internship. Then comes the part of sharpening your skills. Now I would say that in my case, I invested a few months in sharpening my skills before applying to such big companies, because I did not want to get disheartened by a rejection. So before having any aspiration to apply for such big companies, try and sharpen your skills. Sit down with a mentor, or try a mock interview of such companies with them, a technical mock interview, and try and explain it to yourself, like what lead code level am I reaching to, and then try and assess your own level according to that. And the last advice would be, just go with the flow, be natural, be yourself. That actually helps, rather than being of giving a false impression during the interviews. And that has actually helped me crack through Cisco.
Great, great, great. So, like as you already mentioned, being natural, being yourself, being true to what you write in your resume is one of the important aspects of the complete interview process. So, thank you so much, Vedant, for taking your time and coming here and sharing your experience. I hope many of people will get some great insights into how the process of Cisco is. And wish you all the best for your internship. And thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Arch.
I hope you liked this amazing conversation with Vedant. And for more such amazing videos and content, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and also share it with your friends, because we are coming up with amazing content. Thank you so much. All the best. Good luck. Bye bye.